Warming up, son, for his professional debut. Michael Hennessy ready to fight on his dad's bill here at the Victoria Warehouse in Manchester. So we're ready to go. Commentary by Dave Farah and the former world super middleweight champion Richie Woodall. There they are. First, though, the MC Pull Booth.
Boxing fans ringside and viewers joining us live and exclusive on 5 Spike. A very good evening and welcome to an evening of international boxing here at the fabulous Victoria Warehouse City Centre, Manchester. Hennessy Sports, in association with VIP Boxing, now bring you bout number 1 of our evening. This is a middleweight contest. We are scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds of boxing. Firstly, to make his ring walk to the blue corner, from Poland, Adam Grabiec.
Well, it's a tough night, isn't it, for Adam Grabiec? Very much the away fighter. 7 stoppage defeats. All have come in his last 13 fights. All have been in Great Britain. Should he win here, it would be a major disappointment and indeed a major surprise as well.
And now, it's a welcome to the world of professional boxing. For the first time to make his ring walk to the red corner, Michael Hennessy Jr.
Certainly pressure then on this young man's shoulders. A pro debut for Michael Hennessy Jr. at the age of just 19. Never easy to be the son of a famous father in a business. He looks nice and relaxed, and it makes a certain Richie Woodall think of his debut all those years ago.
Yeah, many moons ago, so I remember my debut, and I quite admire him for doing 6-3s actually, because these days a lot of boxers either do 6-2s or 4-3s, and I remember back to my debut and I was asked whether I wanted to do 2s or 3s, and I said 3 straight away, because you've got to start in at the deep end, so to speak. So 6-3s, it shows that he's been training, he's fit, and his confidence in his ability and his fitness. So I'm pleased that he's doing 6-3s. You don't see it too often these days.
Well, he has a lot of support here in Victoria Warehouse as well. The family, the friends are all here to see how Michael does. Over 100 amateur bouts, most of them in Ireland. He's been training in Ireland since the age of 12. And Owen Murphy, his club coach from St Monica's, will be one of those in his corner here, along with Peter Fury. Let's hope for a positive start for Michael Hennessy Jr. And let's see if he's going to be a name to watch.
Manchester, here we go then with the start of our night of international boxing. Brought to you by Hennessy Sports and VIP Boxing. Round number 1 of our evening is a middleweight contest. This one's scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds of boxing, sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control. Area representatives ringside, Robin Smith and Sally C. Inspectors ringside, Mohammed Azif, Matthew Verity, Barry Coulson, Mark Ridge, David Mulholland and Zishan Khan. Timekeeper on the bell is Phil Morris from Liverpool, and upon the sound of the bell, the scoring referee in charge of this bout, introducing star referee Mark Lyson from Liverpool. Firstly, boxing out of the blue corner, officially on the scales at 11 stone 5 pounds 1 ounce. 7 career victories, including 1 finishing by way of KO. Tonight he was the black shorts trimmed with white. Boxing out of Trysil, Poland, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Adam Grabiec. And across the ring, boxing out of the red corner for the first time as a professional boxer, officially on the scales at 11 stone 9 pounds, wearing white trimmed with gold. Described as an exciting standout in the amateur ranks, where he's boxed over 100 times already. Tonight is the night he enters the world of professional boxing. From Seven Oaks, Kent, introducing Michael Hennessy Jr. Referee Mark Lyson will now issue his final instructions to both boxers.
Hey boys, I want you to obey my commands. I tell you to break play with you. Defend yourselves at all times. One, two, both.
So certainly nervous moments then for Michael Hennessy Jr. Like to get the job done quickly, but needs the rounds as well, Richie. Let's see how relaxed he can be.
Well, he seemed very relaxed, didn't he, coming into the contest, smiling faces, and he was enjoying the atmosphere. Now it's down to business. Straight away, get behind that jab. Low left hand, but he's obviously very confident, very loose and relaxed type of boxer. But yeah, he's settling down nice behind that lead left hand, and it's a good start up tonight.
See, he's got Miguel on his shorts. That's the nickname that one of his early coaches gave him. Miguel Hernandez felt there was a touch of the Mexican about him because he loves to fight. Mexican influence later on this evening with Alex Dilmagani. Getting that left jab working early here, Hennessy. Nice confident start in the opening minute of his pro career. Uppercut there from Hennessy. Grabiec could just look to target the body of the taller fighter.
Hennessy there just showing his confidence as well, not just switching to southpaw now, and working well to the body.
It's certainly a flashy start, isn't it, against the 35-year-old from Poland.
He seems very relaxed, young Hennessy.
He's a nervous father, right across the ring from us, watching on. Left to the body there from Hennessy. Little stumble, I think, from Grabiec, nothing more than that. He's been on the back foot for the whole of this round. Need the gum shield replaced here, Grabiec, which will give him a little bit of a breather, Richie.
Yeah, I mean, he's straight into the journeyman mould, isn't he? He's keeping his hands up and trying to block the shots as he's coming forward. There's not too much skill from Grabiec. He's a pretty tough kid. He's won 2 of his last 4 contests, Dave, so he's had a bit of success recently. And typical, like I say, journeyman, high guard, trying to get close to his opponent here because he's giving away the height and reach, and that's the only chance he's really got. But Hennessy showing good skills, a lot of speed. He's just got to watch out for that low left hand of his, and that's what Grabiec, that's why he's trying to get up close, just trying to whip a right hand over.
Hennessy there just punching into the guard of Grabiec. Mixing it up well, isn't he, in terms of the levels. Look to the body and then to the head. Found his distance well as well, Hennessy. In that southpaw stance at the end of the first round of his pro career. Grabiec starting to fire back a little at the end of this opening round. It's a nice, comfortable start, that, for Michael Hennessy Jr.
Boxing on Spike, sponsored by Voltarol.
fairly good stuff there in the opening round. This is when he was the southpaw, young Hennessy. Switched very well indeed. I thought it was a confident first round. Just got to watch out for that right hand over the top that I spoke about.
So good, confident opening then from Michael Hennessy Jr. He's in those flashy white and gold shorts up here against Adam Grabiec, whose last fight was down in Southampton. 2-round defeat by Joe Pigford, was dropped 4 times in that. And up against some decent opposition in his career, and I think that's being matched here tonight so far as well. Just falling short there, Grabiec. Of course, conceding height, conceding reach is always going to be a difficult ask, this. I think his conditioning is going to be tested.
I think Hennessy, he's boxing quite well. He started this round very sensible behind that jab again. Just measure the distance and gap behind that lead hand. And I think he may have to concentrate on the body shots here, Dave. If you look at Grabiec, he's got that guard very high indeed, and it's hard to actually pierce that guard. So he may have to switch down and try and whip a few hooks under the elbows of his opponent.
He did that to good effect in the opening round, and a little more already at the start of this second. He's square on there, Hennessy, for a moment, just pouring out those punches. Really is starting to target the body now.
Yeah, that's what he'll do, because obviously Grabiec is a bit of a tough nut, and he'll take those shots to the head all night long, but the body shots, well, you see many a boxer just come undone when they get hit downstairs. And it's a large area, obviously, to protect the midsection, and them left hooks will get through.
Well, that jab's going to allow him to control the fight as well, as long as he keeps finding the target with as much ease as he is doing so far. Times the feet of Grabiec are all over the place here as he leans in and lunges forward and loses his balance.
So he's taking the odd risk here and there. He's Hennessy. He's doing well. But Grabiec, he's just showing signs that, you know, he's still looking to land that right hand over the top. Came back with the left hook also. I mean, it's all Hennessy. Hennessy's in control and in command. But Grabiec just occasionally whips one over just to remind Hennessy that he's still there.
And it's Grabiec's 33rd fight. Plenty of experience, but largely losing experience. Won just 7 of those. And the wins you were talking about, Richie, the 2 of the last 4, both of those back in Poland against lower level opposition. He's struggled when he's come over here. He's struggling again here as we head for the final 10 seconds of the second round.
Boxing on Spike, sponsored by Voltron.
And wait for shots to come back. Yeah? Always use your boxing. Remember what I said about moving your head? Yeah? So this kid, don't need to get him involved. And be a little bit more quicker with your shots. Touch him up, bang bang, and move, and come again. Yeah? So double jab right, move to the side, come again. Second phase attack.
Well, this is the Grabiec corner. There's Peter Fury with Michael Hennessy Jr. And here's some more of the action.
Good variation, I think, from Hennessy. Good right hand there. He worked well to the body, also with the hooks. Grabiec occasionally tried that right hand look, just missed the target, but he's still in there.
Well, it may well be a true test of 6 rounds here for Michael Hennessy Jr. Start of the third. And a good display so far, but his stamina will end up being tested here. It's very different when you're in there as a pro.
Go on, Mike! Go on, Mike!
Maybe a sense that Grabiec's starting to grow a little bit in confidence here.
Yeah, and it's good that Grabiec obviously had those couple of wins recently, because It's given him a new lease of life in his career, and we all like winning. He likes that winning feeling also, so he's competitive here, and he's making Hennessy work. But you see, when he controls it with that jab, then it's very difficult for Grabiec to close the gap down when he's punching straight. Hennessy behind that lead hand. Now he's southpaw, it's even more difficult than to land that right hand also. But just occasionally allows Grabiec just to close the gap down. But again, it's all Hennessy, and he's boxing very well indeed.
I think we've seen a little touch of the Miguel Hernandez here that he spoke about, because he could easily be winning this behind the jab in either stance, and he's felt the need occasionally to take a risk to try and land a shot, something that doesn't want to get in too much of a habit of doing as he moves up the levels. Right hand there from Grabiec landed that time. Little uppercut there from Grabiec. All the pressure though, and what power there is certainly coming here from Hennessy.
See, that's good boxing from Hennessy there. That's straight 1-2, and then just moves out with the feet, gets back to range, long range should I say. But yeah, he is taking the odd risk in there, Dave. Obviously, to land those bent arm shots and work into the body, then he's just holding his feet slightly too long, and he's allowing Grabiec to come back. If he decides to go long, it'll be literally a shutout, but not probably as entertaining.
I was going to say, aware of the need to entertain, the way of modern boxing, certainly. Little warning there as well from Mark Lyson, just to keep those shots up.
Boxing on Spike, sponsored by Voltron.
Nice and relaxed, that's okay. I want to see you, look, double tap light with this, send your right hand in, yeah? When you want to put a good left hook in, put the right hand over light, come back with a heavy left hook, sink it in. So double tap, get with the right hand, so you come over, step back with your left hook. Understood? Yeah? And your right hand, look, touch him up, and jab to the body as well, jab to the body and push from top. Yeah?
Well, good to hear Peter Fury at work in the corner. Someone that you really should be listening to if you're a young fighter.
Well, Peter Fury knows his stuff, doesn't he? And he just wants him now just to step in and bring that left hook across after he's thrown the right hand. I think he's boxing well, so that's the shot he's got to watch out for. So he's just got to measure the distance and gap with that left hand, and just be aware of that right hand that's coming over.
Yeah, the right cross there from Grabiec landed, but he's landing intermittently, and Hennessy with much the more punishing shots, although Grabiec's taken a fair few of them on the gloves. There's that spearing jab, that has looked his most effective punch so far out of either stance. Can occasionally look a little bit square on Carney, and that can happen when you're switching stances a lot throughout the fight, Richie.
Yeah, and that's something he's got to watch out for. It's all right switching, but it's where you switch and how you switch. If you switch going forward and your feet cross and you come square, then you're open to a shot. You should always switch moving backwards. And if you do get caught, then, well, your body's moving away from the punch. And you're taking the sting out of it. Probably needs to put a few more combinations together now, Dave. 2s and 3s, 3s and 4s. Just step it up a little bit, go through the gears, just a little bit more now. That's what is needed now from Hennessy.
sure too many expected this to necessarily go this deep. Certainly testament to the toughness of Grabiec. Stopped inside a round by Lewis Crocker and Alex Hughes. Doesn't enjoy his trips over to these shores, certainly. Another thudding left to the body there from Hennessy. Caught there, Hennessy, but responded well with a flurry of punches.
Yeah, a little bit better from Hennessy there. Just got caught with a shot, didn't he? And just replied with 3 or 4 punches. And like I say, this is where he needs combinations. I think the single shots Grabiec is handling. I just need him to step it up for me.
Why not? Hey? A little bit tight. Yeah. But look, you can't show that, yeah? I need you to walk around, right? Pick your shots, tie him up, walk around, go when you're ready. Yeah?
So uppercut left up there from Hennessy. He just carried on with the attack. Pushed Grabiec back onto the ropes. Grabiec actually coped with that attack. The variation and variety in his work is good from Hennessy.
Light shots now, pop, pop, pop. That's all you need to do, play with him a bit. Yeah? That's all I want you to do. Yeah?
A big deep breath there from Michael Hennessy Jr. Pretty sure as he sat down there, he told Peter Fury he was tiring a bit. 6 on debut. 2 more to go, and it is brutal in there, whoever you're fighting. Good advice from Peter Fury. You can hold if you need to. You can box behind your jab and take your foot off the gas a bit if you need to.
I'm saying if he is feeling the pace a little bit, Dave, then to get behind your jab and keep your distance and don't let the fella close the gap down. He could make this very easy for himself if he hits and he moves and keeps the punches and concentrates on straight punches. But as soon as he starts throwing bent arm, then your opponent's got a chance, because those, obviously, to land those punches, you've got to be a little bit closer to your opponent. There's more power behind them, but it just gives the opponent the opportunity to maybe land one also.
For all the punishment he's taken here, Grabiec still looks, well, relatively fresh. Still moving his head as he comes forward, still light enough on his feet. One knockout win on his record, 32 previous fights. Good response there from Hennessy. Grabiec's having more joy in these latter rounds than he's had throughout the fight.
Yeah, Hennessy's just he's finding it more difficult to keep the guy at bay, because Grabiec's now starting to come forward, a little bit more confidence. That's not a bad right hand from Hennessy.
Yeah, landed on the temple there, didn't it?
It's got to be a hit and move job now, and just see this one out. If he's not going to go through the gears, then just play it safe. I mean, it's been a good debut for him. He's up against an experienced guy who's pretty tough, and this is a decent workout for Hennessy. It's not an easy fight at all. Look, gets caught with a shot there, but like I say, it's a competitive bout for his opening one.
Yeah, let's remember he's 19 as well. Against a man 16 years his senior, and that body shot, I think, might just have hurt Grabiec there. Knees just sunk a little bit.
Gee, that was lovely there with that jab. Nice long jab And then you make Grabiec come back with that right hand, but it misses by a mile. It was lovely boxing from Hennessy.
Grabiec's trying that old trick, isn't he, of putting most of his work rate into the last 25 seconds of the round. Not that he's come close to nicking any of these.
Fast hands, yeah. Don't have to move around too much. Look, move around from side to side, slip now, put the shots in, nice combination, yeah? One every round, right? Yeah.
Chodzi za nim Adam amunicją. Co? Ostatnia runda. Spokojnie, spokojnie. Idziemy, ostatnia runda.
So the 6th and final round of Michael Hennessy Jr.'s pro debut. And unless something goes very haywire in this final round, it's going to be a winning one. Good control, nice looseness and lack of nerves about him so far. Would have wanted an early stoppage, but at the age of 19, it's a pretty good workout.
I think it's been a great workout for him. He's won every round, and yet Grabiec has always been in there. He's caught him with the odd shots that's made him think. And he's made him work. I think it's been an excellent debut for him. At 19 years of age, yeah, he'll learn a lot from this. His first one.
At his first session at 11 years of age at Seven Oaks ABC. Pestered his dad up to that point to take him down there. Used to always come to his dad's shows. Now he's on one of them. Good little bit of success there for Grabiec.
Yeah, you see, he's had the success there because Hennessy has landed some good shots, but then he just holds his feet for a split second too long, and that just allows Grabiec then just to come back. You know, he's taking a lot of those on the elbow, sorry, on the arms, the forearms, but Hennessy is just allowing him to get a little bit closer and closer. So it's peekaboo style for Grabiec, and then he gets an opportunity and then whips one over. And I think he's always been in it, Grabiec, and yet he's lost every round for me.
Yeah, it's one of those curious ones, isn't it? It's hard to make a case to give him a round, but 3 or 4 of them have been, I suppose, somewhere in the region of close, but never really in question. Looks like Michael's promoters intend on matching him tough. Can he finish with a bit of style here, with a flourish? Nice combination there from Hennessy. Final 30 seconds, he'll have learnt a lot in there. And his dad will breathe very easy at the end of this. It's like Grabiec's gone the distance, but surely a winning debut for Michael Hennessy Jr. And a good learning fight, as we've been saying, Richie.
Yeah, great bout for him. You know, he's won, like I say, he's won every round. But Grabiec pushed him a little bit, made him think, caught him occasionally. You know, you've got to remember he's only 19 years of age and he's done 6 rounds for the first time. Big occasion for him. You're always nervous. You're really nervous on your first bout. Everyone is. And he's done really well to box like that. Pretty comfortable. Lots of skills, lots to work with. Peter Fury's got there. He's got a decent kid on his hands and 19 years of age. then he's, he could go a long way.
It's going to be Mark Lyson's scorecard here that will decide it. Grabiec can be proud of himself as well. But here goes the announcement, surely. All 6 rounds for Hennessy.
Ladies and gentlemen, our fight goes the distance. After 6 rounds of boxing, we ask our scoring referee, Mark Lyson, to decide the contest. He has the bout at 60 points to 55 points in favour of our winner. And a debut victory for Michael Hennessy Jr.
Well, Mark Lyson gave Grabiec a share of one of the rounds. I'm glad he got something for his endeavours, but the story will be about Michael Hennessy Jr. Mick is there on the edge of the ring waiting to talk to his son, and they're both going to come and talk to us soon as well, I'm sure. Remember what you learnt from your debut, Richie?
Yeah, I mean, it was a big, like I say, it's a big occasion for every boxer turning professional for the first time. And I remember my old man, he was in my corner, but he was really, really nervous. My dad was, but yeah, you never forget it. You really don't.
Your career ended okay. Let's see how this one might develop. Over to you, Mark.
Be great if it developed the same way, Richie, wouldn't it? Here we are, father and son. Michael, well done.
Thanks very much, Mark.
For once, it is the best and most obvious question. How was that?
No, I loved it. I loved every second of it. The longer duration really suits me. Although I only actually found out I was going to be on this card about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, so didn't get as much sparring as I'd like to, but I was ticking over anyway.
Here we go. Yeah, well, I didn't want to say. I thought I'd let Peter do that. There we go. It's all part of the learning curve. It was all part of. No, we did get that. To be fair, when you're coming down and starting your ring walk, were you thinking, actually, hang on a second here? This is different now. This is a different stage.
The butterflies definitely kicked in when I came out to the ring walk, and all my friends and family were there cheering. So it was a great experience, a great learning curve.
Absolutely. And here's Dad as well. We just want to show everybody a bit of Dad while that was going on. Good. How hard was that for you?
It was very hard, to be fair, because I know he can fight. I've got no problems with his fighting, but it was a big occasion. He's had a lot of attention. He only took this. We only knew he had his licence 2 weeks ago, so he hasn't had the best preparation. Hence why he's 11'9". He's a natural middleweight. This is his walking around weight. He's fighting at his walking around weight. So for the next fight, July 20th, he'll be in. He'll be a different fighter again. He'll be in tremendous shape. But to do a 6-rounder when he's not even fit, that shows what an engine this young lad's got, and he'll prove that as the rounds go on and he starts training properly.
And you learn so much about it. Just that's the bit that you knew was coming, but about arriving here and the media and on television and all that is as much you have to learn about as the actual fighting, isn't it?
100%. I was more nervous for the interviews and stuff than all the fights. It was weird having all the cameras around in the dressing room, but hopefully I'll get used to it.
And how was your wife? How was his mum? How was Kelly throughout all that?
Well, she never likes coming, and he specifically asked her to come to this, otherwise she wouldn't have been here. But she's a nervous wreck. I'm sure she feels a lot better now. But yeah, it's very, very hard for mothers to watch, sons fight, and she's no different to any other mother.
But you're off and running now, aren't you? This is the first of many, as you say. July 20th. What is next on the agenda for you?
Yeah, absolutely. And that was great to have a cagey opponent like that who, he had quite a high... Yeah, he came to fight, he had quite a high protector, and he had quite a tight guard. He's an excellent body puncher, and, as the fights go on where he gets fighters that are really coming to fight, that's when he'll get them body shots off. But I'm chuffed with the 6 rounds, considering his weight and considering the notice he's had, and to just do that, like it was nothing, I'm really proud of him. He's a great kid.
There you are, Mark. You've had a taste of it, haven't you? This is what you want now.
It is, yeah. I'm just looking forward to the next one.
Brilliant. Excellent. And you'll remember next time to take your mouth guard out as well before we start. Yeah, don't worry. That's brilliant.
I just add in, if anyone would like to follow my journey on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Follow me at Hennessy Jr. The support means the world. Thank you very much.
Brilliant. He's learnt that bit, hasn't he? Terrific. Right, lots more to come. Savannah Marshall on the card as well. We'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Boxing on Spike. Sponsored by Voltarol.